A major principle of Donald Trump's 2024 re-election campaign was to flood the zone. In effect, do so much all at once that his critics can't even get a handle on what's going on around them. This week is a pretty good example of that. He's announced fresh tariffs, pointing in multiple directions at different industries. He's gone after YouTube and won. And all the while, a major government shutdown is looming. Let's take a look first at these new tariffs. First off, a swingeing 100% levy on all films made abroad that are distributed in the US. He announced the news on his Truth Social platform, where he said that the US filmmaking business had been stolen from the US like stealing, quote, candy from a baby. Trump also said that California had been hit particularly hard, in reference, of course, to Hollywood. He mentioned its, quote, weak and incompetent governor. This was further stoking the war of words between the president and Gavin Newsom. This policy would be disastrous for the British film industry if it happens. It currently generates billions of pounds for the UK economy. Elsewhere, there is a 10% tariff on imports of lumber and timber, and quite specifically, there's a 25% levy on kitchen cabinets, vanity cabinets, and upholstered wooden furniture. Those tariffs come into effect in October, then are set to double to 50% in January. This is set to hit Canada the very hardest. Currently, Canada accounts for 24% of lumber imports into the US. Trump has also won a $24.5 million payout from YouTube after he sued the Google-owned video platform for suspending his channel after the January 6th riots when he lost power in 2021. YouTube said that the suspension was justified, arguing that Trump had violated platform policies around incitement of violence. But now the US president says he's planning to use those millions, in part at least, to fund his new White House mega ballroom, which is set to be the biggest expansion to the footprint of the White House in hundreds of years. And all the while, a congressional stalemate going on in Washington means that the US government is perilously close to a shutdown. This would essentially mean that all government funding would be cut off as early as the end of today, going into Wednesday, if Republicans and Democrats in Congress can't agree on a spending bill. And given the Trump administration's current focus on cutting the size of government, his regime looks a lot less worried about the prospect of a shutdown than previous presidents might have been before. And of course, all this stability is freaking out the markets, and gold, the classic safe haven asset, reached another record high this week. For everything you need to know about the story, stick with cityam.com.